Welcome back to Milton Mo Junction. I usually say at this stage I haven't really been doing much. It's true about the main layout, but I think I mentioned last video that I was going to make a separate layout just for the steam engines that I've got, and I did hint at the fact that I was going to do it in my garage. I'm actually in my garage at the moment, but I've changed my mind, as I think again I said I may well do in the last video. What I've decided to do is to actually put it upstairs, and when I go up there for the next video I'll show you exactly where I'm thinking of it going. I've just built this, or in the middle of building it. This is a traverser to go at the end of the layout. I've already got a couple of beams across, and I've measured this. This is going to sit on those beams and be secured by a couple of at each end. Some of these things that are hanging down beside, I screw it in. They're not the same length, so if you're looking at it and thinking it's not level, it's not, because they don't need to be the same length. They just need to screw in to protect it from moving. The way I've done this traverser is I've built this little sort of unit. I've raised up the drawer hinges and not hinges, are they? Drawer runners to the right level, and I've got to screw the top that's going to traverse it to those. I've glued some plastic topping around, because any part of the actual top runner that lands on those and is supported by these will run a lot easier than wood on wood, and so that's what I've actually done. I'll show you the position of it, and my next job is to actually hang on a sec, excuse me while I move it around. My next job is to screw this top bit to the hinges, and then that will slide out with the train, the rest of the layout coming out of here, so the storage will be in there, hidden by a some sort of tunnel or whatever. But I'll be able to move it and leave any wagons, mainly wagons, because as I say I've only got 2 engines, and it will be a sort of a point where I can change tracks out of sight. I'm not going into too much details with the layout, because it's a secondary one to the main diesel layout, but I will put some work in to get it all up and running. I have, let's have a look over here. You know, notice my carpeted garage, all carpets left over from different jobs. Yeah, this will, the other way around, this will butt up against here and then continue onto the main layout. So the tunnel will probably be built on this section, and then it goes on to a narrow bit that runs along another 5. I can't remember how many feet long it is. I think it might be about 7 foot from there, but don't quote me on that, I've forgotten. But that's what I've done so far. So I'll carry on, and the next stage will probably be, well, I will screw this to the runners, see how it works, and if it all works successfully, the next job will be screwing some track into here, or putting some track, securing some track into here, short stretches, and then I've got to cut off the track at that stage, get power to each track. I haven't 100% decided how to do that, or I'll just have the 2 tracks that are coming in off the sideboard here, the one that I'm going to join here. There's only going to be 2 tracks, So whether I just leave that power to that track, and when they join up with those, they push power across, and I may do it on the system where you use a bolt to bolt it across, and that takes the power. As I say, I haven't really decided, and I'm waffling now, so I'll leave it for a minute and come back to you on another video and show you what I've done. Okay, I'm back down in the garage. I've finished off building the traverser as much as I'm going to do at this stage. It's on the runners, it's all fixed, and I've put some cork padding underneath it, or layers of cork. I've wired all these, and laid the tracks of course. I've wired them all up so they're all joined. Bit of soldering there, I don't know if you can see it, the wire, and that goes down to a block which is going to be screwed down. Probably get a larger block than that. Screw it down. I've also got a little light coming off it which should show when the whole thing is live. My idea is to screw this block down somewhere, have a cable coming out, and down below be a longish cable to take up all the movement, and that will be screwed to this other bit that sits on the side of it. And as you can see, I've got plastic on here, plastic on here, so they will rub on each other, if you can imagine it sliding along. This cable will run from here to underneath this bit, and as the traverser moves across, the cable will go with it. It's a simple way of basically making sure this is always live. So yeah, the next thing is to take this up to the loft and fix it down, and see how we do from there. Then I shall put this in place, and then I can do all the track work up in situ. I've also made a little, or my wife's made me a little padded sausage which I shall pin down there, and that means any trains that overrun will hit that. So there's no point in putting buffers or anything on this bit. It won't be seen, it will be completely out of sight. So yeah, as I say, I'll take this upstairs and then we'll decide from there. Okay, we're up in the loft now. I've sort of jammed that in there, the bit here, and hopefully you can sort of see what I'm aiming at. But it's quite dark in there. That's the idea, that it will slide along, and then the rest of the layout will be here. And as you can see, it's at the end of the main layout, so completely separate, but along the end of it. So I'll continue and show a bit more. Hi, I'm still up in the loft at the moment. I was going to finish off or continue with the fixing of the layout to the traverser, but I haven't even screwed the traverser down yet, and the reason for that is I was going to sort out the geometry of the track on the actual layout piece that's going to be there, because there's a couple of points I'm joining up, and I may well have to change over a left hand and a right hand point to a left hand point to make the join easier. So I'm waiting till I do that and get a bit more track, or change the track, or even leave the track as it is and work out the geometry of it before I fix this one down, because I may well have to move a couple of the tracks, because the idea is that I want at least 2 tracks on the new layout to just be able to run on to 2 of the tracks on the traverser, and of course it all depends on the distance between them. So I may well leave that for a minute. I might put this up and see how we're getting on, but I'm also in the middle of doing something else, or planning it at least. I know it's a bit ambitious for me, but 2 jobs at once. What I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to build a little halt in between these 2 tracks, so a train on the outside track can actually stop at it. It's going to be a request halt, and it's just going to be for depot workers, because I may well get a class 121 when they're out. I've got one, well, I say I may well get one, I've got one on order. So what I might do is build a little platform halt there using the same Skytrex platform bits that I did on the goods depot. You may well see them there. Let's move that out right. Yeah, the goods depot. So it was all made from the same bits of plastic that I've ordered, the platform parts rather. I need to paint them and weather them the same, but I need another length, and my idea is I'll put, as I say, a little halt that's for depot only, request halt, put some signs up. That one there, where I've put it there, is probably the ramp down, and what I'll do is do a little walkway on the grass bit there to come into the depot. It would have been easier to do at the other end, but that meant crossing a track which might have a train in, some wagons, or the parcel service, so I thought that wouldn't be very realistic. So I'm going to do a fenced walkway along that grass strip and into the depot at this end somehow. So I've got to plan that. So as I say, I'm in the middle of doing both at the moment, so what I might well do is put this this video up and then continue a new video, probably a mixture of both when the bits and pieces come that I need, and I'll show you progress on both of the sort of things I'm doing. So for the moment, bye for now. Thanks for watching. Any comments, please feel free to leave. Bye.